What up, world? Welcome back. Today's Wednesday, March 12th, 2025. This is a leap year, day 92 out of 365. Bringing you along for a quantum leap year of results, making a quantum jump in my life. And today's significant because this marks 1 year since I started another challenge, way of life, expansion, development. This right here, this is the gold, this is the juice. It's my daily practice. Journaling, sometimes on the weekend, but mainly Monday through Friday, get my thoughts out. And today is special because this is where it started, March 12th, 2024. So I'll first share, I'm going to reflect on the journal after. That may even be personal. But I'm going to reflect on what I've learned, what I've experienced, and what's been present. And so this is very parallel to the work I do with my clients in divine feminine energy. And so not just journaling for the sake of journaling, not just journaling like logging the day's events or my thoughts, but journaling things I'm thankful for, journaling my major goals, secondary goals. Wow, as I actually look at it, this is so interesting. It started actually just with the goals, primary and secondary, and I actually have multiple days listed here. Like this is the 12th through the 16th. Wow, yeah, and then I was doing it back to back, page for page. And so along with my goals, along with the things that I'm grateful for, I actually started recording as well, like titling my dreams. I've always been a fan of dreaming. And let me back up a second. So when I say more than journaling, what I mean is that this marks 1 year into a journey of documenting my exploration, expansion, discovery, and study into the world of metaphysics. When I say metaphysics, that's pointing to the spiritual. Hermetics, spiritual teachings, principles, visualizing to manifest, manifestation itself, law of attraction, and the practice of projecting what you already have, law of resonance, a lot of universal principles. Anyway, so where I started this journey, March 12th, 2024, on a new spiritual awakening, the December before last year at a rock bottom, within 60 seconds of waking up into the day, distraught with stress, pressure, anxiety, how things were going to go, what was going to happen. Definitely a struggle. And the benefit of that obviously brought me closer to God, helped me actually find my spiritual connection to God, something that had been lost, but right on time, because I said in my 40th year, I said at 40, I would be coming back to God. I would go ahead and, let me live my life and then I'll come back to God. And sure enough, that's what happened. Promises come due. So inside this journey, I was in a space where $50, like in my possession, to my name, was not available. I did not have it. Putting gas in my car, which had no registration, which needed repairs, just to get down the street to a Panera to set up and work. And by work, look for work, produce content, coach the clients that I've maintained. I've kept business going, and entrepreneurship is definitely not stability. Definitely not the journey for that, not for those of the light at heart. But this was a journey, experiment, a hope, really, that things have to get better. Things have to go up. So what have I learned? What have I taken away? What have I expanded? In that, this is a year later to the day, and I'm still here. I haven't missed a meal. I've got a roof over my head, love in my life. I've gone on trips, vacations. I've given gifts to my daughters, to my woman. I bought myself things. Actually, this pocket was a birthday present to myself. I've gotten the repairs needed on my car with no income, mind you. I've gotten where I've needed to go, done what I've needed to do, and have been in a place where I've been able to start rebuilding my investment accounts and my savings. And while paying what minimal expenses I do still have, phone bill, gas, helping out with household expenses. I say all that to say, what this journey has taught me and what I can reflect on is that I was able to, it really is a quantum leap, to be honest, because I was in a place where, like I said, the stresses and anxieties that December prior, 3 months prior to last year when I started journaling, had me, like I said, just brought to tears, sadness, hopelessness, stress, anxiety, not knowing how I'd do anything. and needing to just trust in God to let it go in faith because there's nothing I can control. Eviction, repossession, even if I have a place to go, what am I going to do with my dogs? Getting them to a safe home, taken care of, just that level of life. And I want to be very responsible because I've never been one of the belief life happens through us and for us. And that has truly been tested in this season. And this season has been more than just last year. The year before that, divorce and job loss in the same year in 2023, which leading to, like I said, by the end, December, being where I was spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And in March to pick up this journaling behavior. And this is the third journal. I actually have another one I've already filled out as well. But logging dreams, hopes, wishes, plans, goals, what I'm thankful for, and spending. There's a budget on every single page. It evolved to that, like I said, clearly. Actually, it started pretty quick before April even. I was budgeting and just picking amounts of money to spend mentally. Basically, this journey, tapping into the metaphysics, visualizing before I go to bed, meditating for 30 minutes a day, practicing my visualizing in meditation, listening to sleep meditations, listening to my own recordings of affirmations, really into the metaphysical in the realm of Neville Goddard, if you know anything about him, making manifestation possible. And I have to acknowledge and be grateful for, as I said, so many things that are changed. When I say $50 to my name, I mean $50 to my name. Gas in the car, like asking family for help on a regular basis, is hard. So the biggest takeaway I have is not anything like I want to count all the small things that I am grateful for, and I want to be clear that what I even thought I was setting out for, in 3-6 months, like something manifesting, $10,000 a month, an amazing opportunity, job, all those things, and they're not satisfied yet. They haven't come into fruition. Now, I don't see that as a failure. But what was accomplished, I believe in results and accomplishment to measure performance. Results, on and off, effective, ineffective, did it work or not work? So to that regard, ineffective. However, accomplishment, what was learned, gained, benefited along the way, what was accomplished is that it eradicated a paradigm that I must work. And I don't mean like I don't want to work, kick my feet up, live on the beach the rest of my life. That I must work or life will fall apart. Nothing will work, nothing will happen. And obviously by living proof that's not. For me, that's a paradigm shift. For a man who's worked since he was 14, provided for a family since I was 22, raised a family, sole provider, sole breadwinner, and to go to a place where I needed to be provided for. That's a paradigm shift. A place where I don't know how I'm going to pay bills. I don't know how I'm going to get my daughter's birthday gifts. I don't know how I'm going to do anything for Christmas. And all of those things have happened. I don't know how I'm going to see them when they moved out of state for Christmas last year, for their birthdays. All of those things happened. And obviously not by my own will, but a higher source. So what I have learned on this journey in eradicating those past beliefs, those limiting beliefs, is peace, abundance, prosperity, gratitude, that I have lived, like really lived, not thrived, but I'm not surviving. I'm not scraping by. I'm not in this hellish existence. And I think that's inside of this work, inside of this journaling, inside of this metaphysics. I've found a deeper connection, and I think it is one that is forged only through hard times, only through struggle, only through rock bottom, starting over, because it leaves one to let go of all of the worldly connections, all of the ego identity, and to just have to tap into source, to just tap into who you purely are. They say that when you cut open an orange, you get what's inside, orange juice. And so I've had the experience, these journals, log and register my thoughts, my beliefs. Like I've spent millions, 20,000 here, 300,000 there, 100,000 there, 75,000 here, 50, 25, $80, $6,000, $1,000, $10,000, just tithing it, saving it, investing it, spending it, splurging it, giving it away. Because I believe in those things, that energy, like I have spent millions of dollars. That is the metaphysics of it. And on the surface, in the physical, that may sound like insanity. You don't have $50 and you're spending $10,000 for what? But the thing is, what I believe in the whole metaphysical is believing before you see it, is forging your faith, true, honest to God faith. And I don't mean hopeful shit. Oh, if it's in God's hands or in God's time and all this, but truly faith, like you got nothing to show for it. And it is what's in your heart. And to not have spent the last year terrified, stressed, anxious, nervous, none of it. Truly, it's ironic and challenging to describe. These have been my best days of my life. And I mean that throughout the years, every experience and every day of my life, as hard as it may have been, as challenging and breaking as it may have been, has also at the same exact time, the dichotomy, been in the experience of the best days of my life, the freest emotionally, mentally, romantically, free inside of myself to create my life, to create new relationships, to create even these belief systems I'm talking about, free, alive, hopeful and building, planting seeds, sowing seeds to be harvested. This, what I'm doing here, is through the work that I did last year to get at peace, to get in alignment, and now I'm pushing 3 channels, 3 assets, 3 businesses, along with the business I've always been running in the background, coaching, but the actual content creation, the actual assets that these YouTube channels are. And to now be in this place where I'm pushing on all cylinders, 3 channels at the same time, multiple platforms, every week, shorts, long format, recording, editing, one-man fucking operation. But through that year, and you can ask anybody in my life, you can see the content I put out. Alive, in love. I've had beautiful days, beautiful experiences, things that would not be possible. That's what I mean. Life didn't stop. I traveled more last year, where I started the year with not $50 to my name, and I traveled every month, at the least every other month. And I'm talking about California, Dallas, Virginia, which I've never been, Tampa, seeing family, seeing friends, taking programs. I was contributed to by other people in ways like the paradigm shifts, the generosity out there in the world. How am I going to make it from Gwinnett, where I am, into Atlanta, hour drive and back? Every week, clockwork. I did programs for months where I had to do that. I'm still involved in communities, and nothing has been limited. I have not skipped a beat. Now, to be honest, to be transparent, that is not at all that, like, again, I'm not thriving. My daughters are out of state. I don't fully have the access, freedom, and control to live the way I want to. And inside of that, that's what's at the source of me being humble, me being appreciative, me accessing and acknowledging the tiny grains of sand, the tiny seeds, the mustard seeds of faith that are carrying me to still experience life, to still enjoy life, have peace, relief, this season of rest for whatever it's for me to work on myself, for me to work on my craft, for me to work on my business, work on my career, all the things that I've gone inside to focus on. And that's really what I want to speak to, is just the honest testimony. Because if you hear anything for yourself, if you can understand what that is like to be at rock bottom, almost 2-decade relationship and marriage done, tech career the last 10 years taken away, gone, on no account of my own, to spend and wipe out all of my investments and savings to go all in on business, to really start 2023, if you look at it. The men's channel was at 35 subscribers, just past 876. That's fucking amazing. I remember the first 100. It's like, wow. Now I'm working up to the next 1,000. But anyway, I say all that to say, journaling, this process, it's surreal and still is, because without the physical manifestation fully, right? The abundance, the windfall, the surplus, right? There's abundance everywhere, because again, obviously I'm speaking to, and that's what I really have to, it's a dichotomy. I can't say, oh, I manifested millions, I made the house, the car, and those superficial material things. And yet at the same time, with what I would consider nothing, having made 6 figures income yearly for so long, to a space of not even making 5,000 a year. And I'm here, and I'm living, and I'm traveling, and I'm happy, and I'm loved. I'm not satisfied, I'm not content, I'm not done by no means. This is not my lifestyle. I'm not restored even to what I've been, but I'm renewed, rebuilt newly into something bigger, greater, and this is just the foundation. This is just getting started. I'm still lining up on the sprinting blocks, about to get in my stance so we can get running. Like, this is just getting started, but aligned with God, aligned with favor, appreciation, and gratitude. Things that I did not have in place before while I was making six figures, while I've touched millions through my career, satisfying clients. Yeah, and I'm just reflecting to touch base, because I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't stop a thing. And even looking at it, the goals were one word: six-pack, $20,000 a month. That's still one of them. Multifamily investment properties, houses. This was the first page, the very first. That was it, just journaling my goals. Then I brought in the spending. Then they became more detailed. I'm someone who's made it a lifelong practice. Since the age of 24 is when I first started journaling, you could say, but I wasn't really journaling. I was just doing it at 24. So 16 years later, the foundation, rock solid. Those were some of the first affirmations I ever wrote, that I am royalty and I'm treated as, and I walk this world with a confidence, don't get me wrong. But as you can tell, it's so easy for me to default into behaving as royalty, even in my low times, because of what's within. Because of the faith, because of what I'm tapped into. But I wanted to bring y'all along to understand where I've been, where I'm going, what I'm up to. You see me volunteering and transparently sharing this quantum leap year challenge. And this is one of the milestones inside. It's something I've been acknowledging and looking forward to, because it marks something that I can reflect on and look at and actually see. And I'm no longer in that place. I can hop in the car. I've got gas. It's been a hell of a journey, and it's continuing. And the one thing, if I were to leave you with anything, is to wake up and grow up beyond the humanity of it, because it's just a blink. That 1 year, 365 days, 12 months went by like nothing. This time that life has been hard is going by like nothing. And life keeps going. Life is still good as long as you're good. As long as your energy is good, as long as you're giving out, resonating at a frequency and vibration. I'm by no means struggling, and that is what I'm really celebrating. Because life has been a struggle, but I am not struggling, and that's fucking powerful. Nobody can take that away. And it fortifies inside of me what I can appreciate. The poster says, "Keep going," Michael Jordan. What I can appreciate and acknowledge is that what is fortified inside, I know I have the fortitude, I know I have the resilience, I know I have the dedication, the diligence to do it day in, day out, to put in the work, and the hope that I know, that I feel it inside. That is what's kept me at peace. That is what's had me happy, joyful, experiencing the best days of my life and the hardest times of my life, is that I feel inside, this too shall pass. So I encourage you to let go of the humanity. Start documenting. I say the humanity because our human tendencies is right now. We're here for a blip, in the big picture of things. So to be in touch with that you are a speck, you're contributing to something much larger. And no different than the birds, the worms, the bees. You're already taken care of. Everything that you need is already here. It's your beliefs that creates your world. And so this is my exploration, expansion, and journey of documenting and creating that. I'm correcting 40 years of whatever the fuck I've been doing, whatever I've been doing in this world, to get tapped into source and start creating the world in here, and up there that I see to make. You only live once. This is the Ave, Yolo Ave, the road least traveled. I am Duwayne Langham. This is the Ave, Yolo Ave, the road least traveled, and you have just tuned in for another leap year challenge. One and done. 1 year journaling. And as we move on and continue into year 2, the story's gotten bigger, better, brighter, richer, and I'm here for it. I am complete. Peace.